Hey, guess what?
What?
It's the KaK M Show!
Oh, that's good. I like them. They're funny, they are.
Yeah, my evening's entertainment, so we better make some more for you. Households could be banned from burning dirty fuels in a bid to improve air quality, says Theresa May and the government, mind controllers.
But couldn't we do something about that? You know, like have cars run on water, have lorries run on water, stop chemtrail in the skies.
How would you be able to charge people for that?
Oh yeah, we won't make any money.
No money to be made. I mean, Tesla said to JB Morgan, I've built this tower.
Wardendorf.
I've built this tower, and guess what? We can give free electricity to the entire planet Earth. And JP Morgan said what?
How can I put a meter on that?
Well, exactly. How can I charge people from it? Do you know when you get an electricity charge? It was actually a bill. You've been charged for it. But so, yeah, he wrecked all his towers, didn't he?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Evil man. Not Nikola Tesla, obviously JP Morgan.
JP Morgan. Still going around today. They've got a bank, haven't they?
Yeah.
Morgan, Stanley, Dean, Witter.
And also, I believe it's them that own the post office bank.
No way. Really? Phew. Anyway, town halls will be given powers to prohibit the sale of highly polluting...
Hold it! Whoa!
Are they gone?
Yeah. Look, the lights have gone off now. It was only us. Or maybe it's the moped, because they've been given new things to get mopeds now. Guns, in fact.
Do you know this is actually a private road we're on?
Yeah.
There's a sign just there, we're not going to show it you.
No.
And it says you can't use a blue badge, you've got to pay, blah blah blah, and it's all to the local mafia
Criminal
council.
cartel. Yeah.
Anyway. Crack. Yeah? Are wood-burning stoves the new crack? You know, since we were cavemen, we've been chopping down wood to sort of warm yourself up. So wood-burning stoves, diesel cars, which the government said, who was it who invented the diesel cars? It was Diesel, wasn't it?
France.
Wasn't it a German called Diesel?
No, I don't know, but it was France apologised for it last year, I think it was.
Oh. But those original diesel engines were, that was the name of the person who designed them, but they were originally meant to run on vegetable oil with a little bit of white spirit in. And the government said, what?
Oh, we can't make any money off that.
No, we've got to invent a fuel for you. In fact, we'll call it Diesel.
Yes.
And then said that this is the new stuff. This has been going on for years. Now all of a sudden, Theresa May, fantastic, beautiful woman, said that diesel's toxic tyre particles are to tackle national health crisis.
Wait. So coal's okay, that's a really clean...
And oil.
Yeah. But wood, a natural product of trees, is dirty.
All you get is carbon afterwards.
It sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
We're all carbon-based life forms, aren't they? So it reckons on Star Trek. And it just grows back. It could be sustainable. But in fact, we've spoken about alternative fuel methods. Say KaK and MAC were in charge of mind control, although we wouldn't want to control your minds. So take us or leave us. It's entirely your choice. If you don't like it, turn it off. If you do like it, subscribe. It's up to you.
Turn it on. Share. No, not share the singer. Share as in...
Share the love. So, we had a car that was partly running on water.
We both had one.
Yeah. Your missus as well.
50%. We got 50%
more
fuel. Yeah.
So efficient. So you could install the Oliver water boost things, although there was a chap in America that he'd got a Dodge pickup truck, like the 5-litre engine, and he'd got his own onboard self-producing hydrogen generator. And it produced it at such a rate. There's a company called ITM Power, which now the government have taken over. AT&T took over the communications and stuff. Yeah. And we tried to call them up to try and get one of these power stations.
Oh, it was years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. They're like about the size of a tower, computer tower, and you can get one for your gas central heating and one for your electric, which actually will power the entire area. Yeah. And you just put it in your shed. And we tried to contact them and phone them up. They were not interested. Eventually, they just didn't answer the phones, and you got through, you could leave a message, and David called and stuff. Yeah. And you could not go and buy these systems. They just didn't want to know.
Because you'd be off-grid.
But basically, it's an electrolysis unit which is using electricity through water. Oh, they shouldn't mix. You shouldn't mix electricity and water.
But won't that cost more energy than it's going to give out?
Well, have you ever heard of it? Is it a DEET or a GEET engine?
Yeah, one or the other.
It's actually not an explosion, it's an implosion. There are kids in America doing these for the scientific projects.
Now we're back on America, actually. When you're talking about that big pickup truck, I also know someone that had a lorry, and the men in black pulled him over and says, take that hydrogen fuel cell out of this vehicle, otherwise it will be the end of you.
It's like they don't want you to have alternative engines.
Free energy.
You can't have cars and aeroplanes running on
water.
Have a look on itmpower.com or Google it, or your favourite search engine, because apparently
down at Stansted
and Luton, I think they're fueling. Not only are they fueling the big trucks, the vehicles that take your baggage and stuff, but they've got these power stations in literally caravans, big caravans, or big porter cabins, which produce the hydrogen practically for free from water and a bit of salt in a catalyst fashion. No, it's not a catalyst, it's a, what did I call it? I can't remember the name now, but look it up if you're interested. And not only are they'll openly admit that they're fueling the vehicles there that collect all the baggage and stuff, but they've got a few aeroplanes that are producing their own onboard hydrogen and oxygen that helps them fly. They don't need to fuel up.
Now, you know there, what you could do, for a while anyway, if you're producing the hydrogen as you go, which is, I certainly wouldn't want a load of hydrogen.
You'd have to have like 4 canisters in the boot.
I wouldn't.
It's extremely dangerous.
No. Producing as you're using it, yeah, you could keep flying around the world for as long as you wanted to. You'd never run out of fuel. As long as you have water, of course.
Practically.
Of course, if it's anything like a car, what comes out the exhaust pipe? Water. So you
self-generating power station.
Break it down to hydrogen oxide, called hydroxy.
Use a still to collect the water, so it can be forever flying without water.
Put it into the engine.
Or if you need more water, take it from
Get the water come back out the tailpipe and start all over again.
You've just solved the world's pollution problems. New clean air revolution. So apparently our wonderful, fantastic government, who want to save our souls,
or kill us,
or make money out of it, want to do this. You've just literally solved the world's pollution problems. I mean, this is only one thing. Town halls will be given powers to prohibit the sale of highly polluting
Where are they going to get their power from?
Wet wood doesn't burn. You dry it out first.
Yes. But you see, it wouldn't sound the same if they said wood, so they say wet wood.
And any coal that is not smokeless. How is charcoal made? Through burning wood. So all you people that enjoy a shisha or a barbecue this nice coming weekend, well, maybe the government's going to do away with that, or going to ban it. I mean, we know exactly what they're going to do. Oh, yeah. They're not going to go, oh, it's basically, what else could you do? There's a sol-in-one, which we know a friend of ours has got. It's got his solar panels inside the attic with no light at all. Well, no sunlight. It's being charged with an LED bulb, right, or any old bulb. Right, and it just generates itself. It's called a sol-in-one. Again, you can look on the internet about this. Apologies to everybody for the KaK and Mac last week. We were taking the Michael, about the sun existing without any air and stuff, but we understand. We know basic atomic theory that it's a helium-hydrogen reaction when they're put together. Like, oh, the world police. America. Now, what did America do, Mr. Mac? Sorry to call you Mr.
Well, they did what they normally do.
Adolf.
Oh, from back then?
From Hitler and KaK. And yeah, it is a German company, Hitler and KaK, Hitler and KaK, Hitler and KaK. Adolf, he says, well, me and Ava want to go to...
Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina. So America said, well, give us all your scientists and stuff, and we know you're developing the hydrogen atomic bomb, and we'll get you over through, I think it was Tenerife, and then you know, the other islands, and then straight down to Argentina. You can live out your days there. You can shave your moustache off and we'll make you look different.
Yeah,
We'll
change
you
your
a nice
hairstyle.
look. There's a place in Argentina, you can look this up, where there's an area, and it looks like Bavaria with all the spires and the towers and stuff. Like, I think they call it Little Germany.
Exactly, I was going to say, it's their own part of Germany in Argentina.
So, good old Hitler had supplied America with all their scientists. And if you remember, towards the end of the war, what did the world police, the American government, do? Dropped 2
Was there any need to drop 2?
hydrogen atomic bombs.
But was there
Not just one.
Was there any need to drop 2?
Oh yeah, of course. If you've made 2 of them, you've got to use both of them.
You've made your point. You've killed 100,000 people.
A bit like Teresa's. He always calls up when we're making videos. That chap does. You know who you are. Hiya, Kev. We said we were going to have a threesome one day, didn't we? And that's not what you think. That's not what you think. So yeah, as Adolf got away at the end of the war, and the Americans claimed, the world police claimed, they dropped, as you say, 2 bombs. One on Nagasaki and one on Hiroshima. And they were made of hydrogen, and this is how atomic theory works. It's basically, as it's dropped, the hydrogen and the helium come together and it creates this reaction, which is extremely powerful. Hence, that's why the sun is in the sky. Anybody that's interested, so sorry guys to wind you up, we didn't mean to. We're just taking the piss. But you can't still understand how those rockets can fly about.
Yeah, where there's no
with
atmosphere.
all their rocket boosters and stuff, where there's no atmosphere. No. Anybody's got any ideas about that? We've not even started on this yet. How long have we been running?
But on top of that, let's not forget Monsanto, because that's something else as well.
We'll have a mention about this in a minute. So, new clean air revolution. This is what the government are going to roll out. So, town halls, councils and stuff are going to be given powers.
By who?
The mind controllers, the government, Teresa.
Oh yes, because all those that are on the voters register have given their consent for them to give anyone any power they want.
Yeah, you've signed away all your
rights.
Jar-given rights. So yeah, wood-burning stoves, which are increasingly found in middle-class homes, I think they're called Argas, aren't they? They have heat the whole house. So they can actually grow the wood in the garden, but now they can't burn it.
So what you can see from here, they've attacked and virtually decimated the poor, so now they're going after the middle class, and then it'll be the higher class. So only if you're safe, they're coming after every one of you.
For sure. All right. Found in middle-class homes have been blamed for toxic air, launching a strategy to crack down on air pollution. Michael Gove, pass me that I'll die sick bag. No, I'm only joking, it's full. Michael Gove, have you seen that guy's eyes?
Black, horrible, demonic.
Didn't he used to be the health secretary for the National Health Force?
National Health Service. That's what it's
Michael Gove, well today, say it shortens lives and is the 4th biggest killer behind cancer, obesity and heart disease.
Oh, what about chemtrails, toxic poisons in the food, poisons in the water, poisons in the air? But they're not mentioned. No, not talk about them. We'll not talk about them. No.
Metaphysics teaches us that we give ourselves cancer in order to die for reincarnation purposes.
Yes.
Because you feel hopeless and you've had enough. I can't cope anymore. That's what triggers cancers off. Not wood. Because if... God, I'm joking. I know what, we've spoken about this already, so I'll read a little bit more. The Environment Secretary's blueprint includes, blueprint isn't it? Long-awaited powers for councils to charge.
Oh, so it's not about making clean air, it's about taxing us more.
Charge! Charge, that means, how can we charge you for it? But we can have cars and aeroplanes running on water. Shut up, old boy, and fill out your expenses form. How can we can't charge them if it's free, but we can give electricity bouncing around the planet through the ionosphere for free, says Tesla. How can you charge for that? You can't. So there's somebody that is really negative. Breakdancing music. So it's somebody that's doing negativity. Yeah. Long-awaited powers for councils. This should read, long-awaited, not needed so-called powers for local mafias to rob people and steal them in a form of theft called tax. Yeah, drivers of diesel vehicles, people who own Argas, and people who use microplastics. Who's tipping them in the oceans again?
That'd
and
be
you can
the council.
research this. You even know the name of the council up north of Skegness, isn't
East
it?
Lindsey District Council.
Oh, there you go. That's who's tipping. A warning that air pollution is contributing to a national health crisis. And of course that's going to be even more tax. So if you're ill through a bit of, I don't know, government.
Yeah.
Who's
not sick of government?
That's going to charge you. So around 1.5 million British homes have wood-burning stones. 200,000 more are sold every year. Many are marketed as green. Well, it's something that you can grow and you could sustain it.
You know what you can say? You can say no.
So we've suggested a few things about free electricity, free gas, free hydrogen, free oxygen, and which you can't charge for. But government mind controllers who walk a negative path are going to go, we can't charge you for that.
We'll just make up a new law.
Wonderful Teresa's May's fantastic new clean air revolution. And what's a revolution? Think of a clock face.
Go round once again.
Click, click, click.
Go round
click,
once again.
Click, 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 click.
No, we don't want a revolution, we want evolution.
Revolution would be better. How can we charge them for it? Sick, demented mother. Do you like that? Well, diesel cars the new... No, wood-burning stoves the new crack. Excuse me.